Good morning. How's everyone doing? Great. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about three main things. One is I'm going to let you in on industry's most well-kept secret in the open source area. Next, we're going to play a little game. Whip out your phone cameras. You have a chance to win great prizes at our booth D1. And the third thing is we're going to learn about a cool new technology that I'm really proud of. And hopefully you like it too, that you use in your environments. So let's get started. My name is Sarabjeet, and we are hiring. I know times are tough. If you or somebody you know is looking for a job, we're hiring across the board at Cisco. Hit me up. So the most well-kept secret in open source is Cisco loves open source. We've been quietly innovating in the open source for a little over 5 years now, and we have a lot of contributions that we've made in the open source area. The most prominent one being OpenTelemetry. We are one of the major code contributors to OpenTelemetry. We have people in the governing boards of committees like Kubernetes and other areas, and we've also come up with new open source projects and incubated new projects, a few of which I'm going to talk about in this presentation. Next, whip out your phone, 30 seconds, point your camera to this QR code, and give my project a star. And show that at the booth. Your time, let's start this timer. Thank you. Thanks, everyone who's doing this. These are the GitHub IDs of people who are signing up. We have a function that is monitoring that starring. Thank you so much. And you have other opportunities to look at this, and I'm going to give a demo about this in a few minutes. So this is the crux of that technology that we are so proud of in the open source cloud native security space. It's called OpenClarity. It's a suite of open source projects that allow you to do API security using API Clarity, Kubernetes security, both the static container image scans and securities as well as the runtime using KubeClarity, and then the function clarity, which is the latest innovation which we've open sourced recently at KubeCon in Detroit. And I'm going to give a quick live demo of that. And we are so proud of this that we have deployed them in our production and in our commercial products, Panoptica, which is that comprehensive security for your Kubernetes APIs and serverless functions. And similarly, on the right-hand side, we have operators ecosystem that you can make your life easier to use Istio and Kafka using these operators, and it's deployed in the commercial product Callisti. So let's get started with the demo of Function Clarity. Function Clarity is a keyless code integrity solution for serverless functions, Lambda, Azure functions, Google, and I'm going to talk about the Lambda function security now. So this is an example, if you can see the screen, of a trivial Lambda function that we want to protect against, at the CI/CD level, your code is protected, but now you run it, it runs perfectly fine. And you can see in the configuration, you can run up to 10 concurrent Lambda functions. And that's why it allows you to run this, and you could run it, and it works. Now, the way function security works is there's a verifier serverless function that is running in your environment, in your cloud environment, that takes a signature the first time you log in and deploy that serverless function. After that, any malicious code that gets sent to it, it traps and it disallows running those serverless functions. So let's try hacking that serverless function and try running it. So I've already got this hacked at CNC. So suppose somebody took control of your Git repository and made this code change and is trying to deploy this. it won't be allowed. Rate exceeded is the message that comes out. Essentially what that means is that the concurrency ratio that I showed you earlier, that has been reset to 0. As you can see, it was 10 earlier, and now the function cannot be invoked while that is 0. So that's what that function clarity allows you to do easily. And the next step, going back to my presentation. So really, I want to leave you with these 3 thoughts. If you want to learn more about OpenClarity, see us in the booth D1, or make a note of this URL, CSCO CloudSec, and then give us a star on GitHub for this function clarity. I really appreciate that, and see us in the booth. Thank you so much.